You are the passengers in a most uncommon elevator, about to take the strangest journey of your lives. Your destination unknown, but this much is clear. A reservation has been made in your name for an extended stay. Wave goodbye to the real world. For you have just entered the Twilight Zone.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. And welcome to my final Halloween blog of 2016. And tonight, I'd like to talk about a ride at California Adventure that will be spending one more Halloween with us before it will transform into a new ride next year. The ride is called the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. What started out as an anthology TV series created by Rod Serling, the Disney Imagineers decided to take this show and make it into a thrilling elevator ride which took place in the Hollywood Tower Hotel, where in 1939, 5 people checked in, never to be seen again. The first version of the ride opened on July 22, 1994 at Disney Hollywood Studios in Walt Disney World. Now, to be honest, I've never been on it yet, but my cousin Nick told me that it's really thrilling, and it has more to offer than the one we have here in California, which opened on May 5th, 2004. When I first rode on it in 2009, because it dropped so fast, it made me feel like my heart got dislocated. But the more times I go on it, the more fun it becomes, and the more I get used to the experience. But like I said before, this will be the final Halloween that ride will spend with us before it transforms into a Guardians of the Galaxy ride next year. However, the Californian and Floridian Twilight Zone rides aren't the only ones in the world, because in 2007, Disney opened up one version in the Walt Disney Studios Park in Paris, and another one opened in Tokyo Disney Sea in 2006, which has a different story compared to the others. But little do people know or remember that in 1997, Disney made a TV special based on the ride, which aired on The Wonderful World of Disney. Now, since I'm paying tribute to Disney California Adventure's version of this thrilling ride, the 1997 TV special is what I'll be taking a look at tonight. But, does it make a good Halloween movie these days? Well, let's find out. Airing on television on October 26, 1997, the movie is Tower of Terror. Now, let's begin. The film starts out when 5 people walk into an elevator, but something goes very wrong. The elevator collapses 11 floors, and the 5 people roam around the hotel as ghosts. 60 years later, reporter Buzzy Crocker and his niece Anna are trying to find out the mystery of the hotel. An old lady named Abigail Gregory tells them that if they find a belonging of each person on the elevator, they'll be freed from the hotel. So, what do I think of this special? Well, I thought that this special was a really thrilling movie. But in order to explain why I like this film, let's move on to Mustang notes. Now, this movie is Disney's first film based on an attraction at one of its theme parks, and so far the only adaptation to be made for television. Unlike the theme park ride, the film has no connection to any incarnation of the Twilight Zone. Much of the film was shot at the actual attraction at Disney Hollywood Studios. The rest was filmed on a closed stage in Hollywood, California. Now, in my opinion, this special does have several spooky moments, not just from the opening prologue and the ending climax, but there's also scenes like an owl statue with glowing red eyes, Sally singing in Green Rain, Gilbert holding a knife with his head chopped off, and several others. Also, while I'm impressed that most of the movie is filmed at the Floridian Hollywood Tower Hotel, there are a few things that are different from the ride. For example, there was never a kitchen in the ride. The library is not seen in the movie, and, well, the basement has one service elevator, not 6. Also, the 5 hotel victims look pretty different compared to how they are in the ride. And in my opinion, the hotel's initial logo influenced Hotel Transylvania's initial logo. Plus, the music during the party scenes is very jazzy and swinging. So, now that we're done with Mustang notes, let's move on to the cast of this movie. Our main character, Buzzy Crocker, is played by Steve Guttenberg, who during that same year was in another Halloween film, Casper, A Spirited Beginning. Buzzy is a newspaper reporter who used to write for the Banner, until he was approached with a hot story, a video of a mayor of Los Angeles taking a bribe from the mob. Unfortunately, the video was a fake, and Buzzy was demoted to make bogus stories in the paper. But Buzzy still longs to write a true story in the Banner. Buzzy's niece, Anna Peterson, is played by Kirsten Dunst, who was in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy, Hayao Miyazaki's Kiki's Delivery Service, and Don Bluth's Anastasia. She was even cast as Judy Shepard in Jumanji. In my opinion, Anna is a great character. Not only does she support her uncle with his stories, but she's also very brave, too. Next we have Chris Q. Todd, played by Michael McShane, known for being in films like A Bug's Life, Happily Never After, and Tom and Huck. He was also cast as the Al Bhed leader, Sid, in Final Fantasy X and X-2. Q is my favorite character in the movie, because I thought he was really fun. He made me laugh and smile. I mean, yeah, he can be a tad a coward when it comes to going into the hotel, and he can be a bad car mechanic, even though he used his mechanic skills to successfully fix the elevators. But the interesting thing about him is that he's Dewey's grandson, and according to his great-grandfather's will, once the mystery is solved, Q becomes the new hotel manager. Now let's move on to the hotel's ghosts, starting with Sally Shine, played by Lindsay Ridgway. In my opinion, by looking at Sally, she looks like a parody of the late Shirley Temple. Anyway, Sally is a really important character in this special, and in my opinion, she's sweet, and she's really cute too. When Anna goes into the hotel on her own, Sally tells her that the only way the curse can be broken is for someone to fix the elevator so she and the others can get to the party at the Tip Top Club. Next we have Sally's nanny, Emmeline Partridge, played by Wendy Worthington. Now, she seems eccentric at first, but in reality, she's a loving woman who cares for Sally, and vows to protect her until she gets Sally back with her parents. Next up is Dewey Todd, the hotel bellhop and Q's grandfather, played by John Franklin. In life, he made tons of mistakes, even on the elevator before his death. He's determined to do something right for once. Gilbert London is played by Alistair Duncan. This gentleman is an actor who had an important engagement to make at the party. Gilbert usually gets into arguments with Dewey because he keeps blaming him for what happened on the elevator. Next we have Carolyn Crossan, aka Claire Poulet, played by Melora Hardin, who after this film got to be in the Hannah Montana movie. She was supposed to make her singing debut at the party. What I find interesting about Carolyn is that when we first see her disguised as an actress, she's trying to get to know Buzzy, hoping that he could help her and the others. Finally, we come to Abigail Gregory, played by Amzie Strickland. She's Sally's jealous big sister. Abby and Sally used to be great friends until Sally became a popular child movie star. She thought that they all forgot about her, including her birthday, which is of course Halloween. On that Halloween night in 1939, she crept into the basement and used a spellbook to cause the elevator to kill Sally and the others. Unfortunately, the spell backfired and landed them all in limbo, so she needed items that belonged to each victim. Sally's hair, Emmeline's handkerchief, Dewey's bell hat, Carolyn's locket, and Gilbert's glasses, in order to fulfill her evil plan. Ever since the accident, she's been living at Westchester Sanitarium for 60 years. After reading Buzzy's newspaper work, she goes to his apartment and tells him lies about the spirits of the hotel, and saying that Emmeline Partridge is the one who cast the spell, without letting Buzzy and Anna know that it was her all along. When Sally shows Abigail her birthday present, she learned from her mistakes to not mess with magic, and jealousy never wins. And now for my final words of the movie. Overall, Tower of Terror is a real chilling and thrilling special. I applaud this movie for being filmed at the Hollywood Tower Hotel in Florida, including having great special effects, great writing, memorable characters, and a good moral. Plus, the music is pretty good too as well. As for my final rating, well, because it's Halloween, I'll give it a full 100%. Well, that's it for tonight, folks. But before I go, I would like to remind you guys that even though this will be the final Halloween the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror will be spending with us here in California, you only have until January 2nd, 2017 to ride it before it closes down and begin its transformation to Guardians of the Galaxy mission abort. So, be sure to join me again next time. Mustang Power. Oh, and Happy Halloween.
The next time you check into a deserted hotel on the dark side of Hollywood, make sure you know just what kind of vacancy you're filling, or you may find yourself a permanent resident of the Twilight Zone.